Well, at Tuesday's Africa Business Forum in Washington, President Obama announced the United States and partners will commit nearly $33 million in new financing to promote U.S. investment in Africa. Now, the money will be spent to develop clean energy, improve infrastructure, and help banks and other sectors. Mariama Diallo has more.
Even if too many Africans still face poverty, conflict, hunger, and disease, the U.S. shouldn't lose sight of the new emerging Africa, President Barack Obama told a U.S.-Africa Business Forum.
Some of the fastest growing economies in the world, a growing middle class, expanding sectors like manufacturing and retail, one of the fastest growing telecommunications markets in the world.
Mr. Obama said as part of his administration's Doing Business in Africa campaign, he's going to do more to help American companies compete on the continent.
Today, we're announcing $7 billion in new financing to promote American exports to Africa.
American businesses hope to do business with Africa, a partnership that could benefit both sides.
American companies, many with our trade assistance, are announcing new deals in clean energy, aviation, banking, and construction worth more than $14 billion. Spurring development across Africa and selling more goods stamped with that proud label, Made in America.
Of all the priorities in Africa, acquiring enough energy to meet demand is probably one of the most important. Andrew Liveris is the CEO of Dow Chemical Company.
Affordable energy for these countries is the sine qua non issue, because you're not going to get all the things that we want from competitiveness and job creation unless it's affordable.
Some African executives, like Aliko Dangote, says it's time for Africa to generate power from various sources.
In Nigeria, we have hydro, we have coal, we have gas. Today, in Nigeria, we have potential gas reserves of 260 trillion cubic feet of gas. And we are not really even using up to 1 billion cubic feet of gas.
Some countries like Nigeria have abundant energy resources and oil wealth, but most of its citizens and infrastructure are still poor. Ghana President John Dramani Mahama says 80% of people in his country have access to electricity. But that's only possible because some fundamental principles already were in place.
The basic guarantee to ensure that blessing of nature does not turn into a curse is the underlying democracy that you need to underpin, a resource like that.
The U.S. also unveiled other plans during the summit. One was through the U.S.-Africa Clean Energy Finance Initiative, in which Secretary of State John Kerry announced an additional $10 million commitment to support countries making the transition to clean energy across the continent. In Washington, Mariama Diallo, VOA News.